Okay. Now you decided to go to Bishop Noll Institute, a good school, great education. Now, kind of explain to us about your first 3 years at Bishop Noll playing basketball and also being a student there.
It was different, man. I grew up in East Chicago public school system. I went to, like I say, Washington Hill. I went to West Side, so all my friends were still in East Chicago. The one thing that kind of helped, Melvin, he did go to school with me, so it was two of us. It just wasn't me. But I went there, I kind of got adjusted pretty quick. I knew the coach. I knew a lot of people. And one of the things other people might not know too, we had a buzz, man. I had never played a high school game, but in October, when they do the preseason preview for the region, me and Kenny Harris, who I spoke about earlier, we were on the front page of the sports section, and then the title was Young and Fearless. And for me, that boosts my confidence, but at the same time, it let me know that it's here and it's time to go. So that was leading into my freshman year. So we already had kind of a bullseye on our back. He was a sophomore, I was a freshman along with Melvin, and we already had hype around us. That was my first year, went pretty good. We won sectionals actually, and we had a really good year. We were like 18-5, and we were really young. So the next year, everybody was expecting us to do great things. I averaged about 12 points. I started every game as a freshman, and we had a couple players from overseas. One, Emilio Borovic, he passed away, but he was a really good player too. So we had a real well-rounded team, and that just led us into my sophomore year. Going to my sophomore year, we were really excited about what we can do, and we figured we would win state this year. This was our year. And we got out to a really good start. We were about 21-5 for the whole season. Kenny had a monster year. I averaged about 13 points a game. So I was on my way to another all-area season. I was all-area as a freshman, all-area as a sophomore. One of the best guards in the state at that point, so my confidence was building. And then I had a chance to go to the Nike camp as well, the freshman Nike camp, which is supposedly the best players in the country, from freshmen to sophomores, and you all go to St. Louis. So I had the opportunity to play in that as well, which also was a confidence booster. Get to our sophomore year, like I said, we were 21-5, but we ended up losing in the regional championship game, a game we weren't really supposed to lose either.
How did it make you feel?
Man, it made me feel real bad because honestly, I felt like I didn't bring it. And what I mean by that is I just wasn't aggressive enough, man. Sometimes I let other people take shots, and I just wouldn't really go out there and play like I knew I could play. I was really trying to be a point guard. And the thing about that year, which was different, I had an assistant coach, Eddie Furyk. He had came, and it was his first year with Bishop Noll, and he would just tell me stuff all the time like, you need to be more aggressive. You're a better scorer than you're showing, and people don't really understand that. So it made me just really want to work hard and win a state championship. That's why I went there, to win a state championship, get a good education, all included. But I really wanted to win, and the way you shut up critics, as you asked me about those before, is you win. And if I wouldn't have went to semi-state as a freshman, and let me backtrack, I did say regional, but we went to semi-state, and it was the same year that Central did. But thinking back on it, if they would have went to semi-state and I didn't, I would have heard it forever. They would have said, we don't need him anyway, he isn't that good. But just the fact that I was a freshman and led my team to semi-state, and then the semi-state game I had like 18, you really can't say too much about it. But fast forward to that, my sophomore year, not reaching semi-state, it left a bitter taste in my mouth. Like I said, I just wanted to work really hard, man. And we get to the summer, and Kenny Harris transfers. So that's a big blow to me, and I'm talking to my assistant coach about it, the one who's like really behind me, Eddie Furyk, and he's like, well, you're just going to have a lot more on your shoulders. You and Melvin, you can be just a great backcourt tandem. Then our head coach, Adam Paytai, he leaves as well. And I had played AAU for him in the summer, leading up to Bishop Noll. I played for him for 2 years. He had trusted me with the ball. I was his point guard, and then he leaves. Then Melvin Brown, out of nowhere, transfers on me too. Now that's my man. He's half of the reason why I went to Bishop Noll. So, I was kind of depressed that year, just as the standpoint of everybody who started with me, our whole starting five, man, I was the only one returning as a junior. And when you used to winning, we won a regional, we went back to a regional, we won about 40 games in my first 2 years. You expect to win. And then with Kenny being a senior and I'm going into my junior year, we're really thinking, we'll win state, easy, and then everybody transfers. So it's a big blow to me, man. And on top of that, to add insult to injury, I break my hand in AAU. So I'm out about 6 weeks during the summer, which is the period of time when college coaches can really see you. You're even getting your skills even better because you're playing against the best in the country. So I missed that time as well. But the thing that really kept me going, my parents, and they're deeply rooted in faith. So, had me trusting in God and talking to me constantly about it. But my assistant coach, we worked really hard, man, just to get my jump shot better and just to get me better all around. Because he wanted me to show everybody that I could be a total player. And he really helped me to that. So in my junior year, I came out, and my first game we played Morton, and I'll never forget it because, we going out and the starting lineups are set, and right before the game, he said, it's your time now. And I took that to heart. Like I said, I averaged 13 points as a sophomore. My first game, I had 28 against Morton, so it was just like a big difference. And we went about 500 that season, and that was tough too. But it was a brand new team with freshmen and sophomores, and I was a junior as the leader. I had a great season. I ended up averaging about 25 points a game, but that's not what I'm about. I'm about winning. And when we didn't win, I just wanted to work even harder going into my senior year.